crypto warriors, changing our world day by day. The way of the crypto warriors, can't rely on the bankers, no way.
Good morning, Bix Weir, roadrunner.com. Good morning, Horn of Z's, your sip of chaga coffee. All right, I'm back in the saddle. Took a little time off for my birthday. Yes, I turned 57. Holy moly. Yesterday. It was a party. Was that yesterday? No, the day before yesterday. You see? Yeah, 4th of July was my birthday. Had friends and family over. It was great. Great fun. Forgot about the markets. Forgot about everything except friends and family, which you should do anyway, every day. I'm just yelling at myself on that one. So, great time. Thank you for all your well wishes. And let's get back on this game. The game. That's a good name for it. Oh, by the way, I saw the latest from the Crypto Viewing guys. Go check out Crypto Viewing. They were talking about crypto manipulation. And, if you've been on the road to Ruta, that's what it is. Road to Ruta is all about understanding manipulation. How it started, why it started, where it started, and how pervasive it is. And I explained that in the computer programs written in the 1960s by Alan Greenspan, implemented by Greenspan and John Kemeny. John Kemeny was not that involved. He invented basic computing. Alan Greenspan ran with it and learned to adapt it to first trading on his own account. He was the best trader in the world in the 60s on the stock market. And he said, this is too easy. And his mentor, Arthur Burns, the head of the Fed, said, hey, we need this trading program. We're going to go off the gold standard. We need to implement some control. Bingo, bango, bongo. They got control of everything. It is so easy to manipulate the stock market, the bond market, the crypto market, the gold and silver markets. You don't even need the real thing. It's a click of a mouse in the derivative markets, and that's where we are. And that's what's ending. So that's what we have to keep in mind, that we cannot have a free market with the COMEX open. It's a futures and options exchange. It's ridiculous. The crypto exchanges are ridiculous. They don't trade any real cryptos. It's all derivatives, but they have a different kind of derivative. They don't actually have to own anything. These are the exchanges running their programs behind the scene to skim off a little off the top for them. It's close to theft, but who knows? Government's going out after Binance now. Great. Fuck the government. The government needs to get out of everything. All they do is run cover for the bad guys, especially the regulators and politicians. So we will see. Everybody gets their karma's a bitch. It comes back to bite you, and we'll see what happens to the regulators and the U.S. government as this thing falls apart. And why do I think it's falling apart? Zoltan Pozsar sees reverse repo hitting $2 trillion in weeks. Remember we were talking about the repo market? This is back in like September or something. 2 years ago? I don't even remember anymore. And how that was causing all this ruckus. And then the Fed had to come out and bail everybody out again, like they do all the time. Well, it's happening again. It's the reverse repo market this time. And this time it's going to be $2 trillion, which is huge. I mean, the other one was not that huge. It was big. It was hundreds of billions. I forgot when I stopped. I used to keep track of it daily. And then I figured out, why do I even keep track of it when the Fed behind the scenes is bailing out people and not even reporting it? But it is a big deal for those people in the, who believe that the U.S. dollar is under control, because it's not. And the banks are in good shape because they are not. Anyway, let me read you a little bit of this. It's extremely confusing, by the way. Just know that the ultimate end result is there's going to be a lot of reserves pulled out of banks between now and the end of August. Prime time for a takedown of the bad guys in September. But hey, who knows? I thought it was going to happen in 1999 when we exposed the rigging of the gold and silver markets through GATA. We will see. We've come a long way, but we're not there yet. 2 weeks ago, in the aftermath of the Fed's surprise hawkish FOMC announcement, which also hiked the administered rates on the Fed's overnight repo and IOER facilities by 5 basis points, we quoted Credit Suisse repo guru Zoltan Pozsar. I love that name. Zoltan Bozar, my name is Zoltan Bozar, who explained it best in his post-mortem writing that, quote, the repriced reverse repo facility will become a problem for the banking system fast. The banking system is going from being asset constrained, meaning deposits flooding in but nowhere to lend them but to the Fed, to being liability constrained, deposits slipping away, nowhere to replace them but in the money market. What he means by this is so funny because this article on Zero Hedge, and go check it out, it's called Zoltan C's Reverse Repo. After every paragraph, they say, and what that means. It's hysterical because it is so freaking confusing. But all you need to know is there's massive amounts of money being sloshed around to try to plug holes, and it's not working. Anyway, what he means by this is that whereas previously the RRP rate of 0% did not reward allocation of inert excess reserves, but merely provided a place to park them. Now that the Fed is providing a generous yield pickup compared to rates offered by trillions in bills, we're about to see a sea change in the overnight money market as trillions in capital reallocate away from traditional investments and into the Fed's RRP, reverse repo program. In other words, this is the third paragraph. The first paragraph, it says, here's what's happening. Second paragraph, what he means by this. Third paragraph is, in other words, it's just so crazy, ridiculously confusing. In other words, as Zoltar puts it, the RRP facilities started to sterilize reserves with more to come. And just as Deutsche Bank explained, the Fed's signaling was a policy error. To Bozar, the Fed also made a policy error, only this time it was its technical rates. By sterilizing reserves, because it's one thing to raise the rate on the RRP facility when an increase was not strictly speaking necessary, and it's another to raise it unduly high, as one money fund manager puts it. Yesterday, we could not even get a basis point a year. To get endless paper at 5 points from the most trusted counterparty is a dream come true. So basically, there's massive amounts of money, trillions of dollars sloshing around waiting for a spot, and the markets are so rigged that the traditional spots that money printing goes, gold, silver, cryptos, are being blocked. It's being blocked from various ways. I mean, a lot of people have their Binance accounts, they're getting kicked out of Binance, frozen and all that. I don't know how many times I'm going to say this, but I'm going to keep saying it. Get your cryptos in your own possession. Never, ever, 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 ever. If you receive an email from me or anybody else that looks like me or Bitcoin Ben or anybody in cryptos that says, hey, you won this or you won that, or send me your private keys and I'll take care of you. I don't care how real it looks. It is fake. We don't do that. There's no such thing as a free lunch. So many scams going on right now. It is out of control. That's why I turned off my comments on all my videos. People were losing a hell of a lot of cryptos just by getting scammed. They use my picture and you complain to YouTube, they don't do a thing. Or Twitter, or all of them. They don't do a thing. They're probably part of the scam. Anyway, that's what's going on. Silver price is $26.38. It's going to probably hover there till September, and then we'll see if we can win the battle. Probably go up to 28. I don't think it's got much farther down to go because of the structuring of the COT right now. All those people who were saying, oh, I know this is what's going to happen during the 4th of July weekend, and silver's going to get crashed. Okay, came and went again. Again, silver's controlled on a computer program out of the Fed. Fed New York and out of the U.S. Treasury. In the basement of the U.S. Treasury is a computer trading floor. They've showed it once on CNBC, like in the mid-2007, 2008 or something like that. It's all done with computers and derivatives. The Exchange Stabilization Fund has unlimited money to do whatever they want. The reason to invest in gold, silver, and cryptos is not for short-term gain. It's for the end of the game that they are playing, the end of the control mechanism. And the Fed wants to do that. Read the Roto documents. They want to go back to a gold standard. And now cryptos are in the mix. And those are 100% controlled. Go join the Patreon and watch Crypto Viewing. Crypto Viewing Patreon. They actually did a really good job. Well, they always do a good job. But the remote viewing, they just work off a number. And they describe very well what goes on in the crypto rigging world. You see how everything moves in the same way at the same time. It's all controlled with the computer. Click of a mouse, you can set all cryptos to minus $40. Same with silver, just like they did with oil. It's a click of a mouse. That's how detached these markets are from reality. Will they do it? I don't know. They could. They can also click that mouse and put it to $1 million. Will they do that? That's what they said they're going to do in the Road to Ruta documents, to end the system, to end the game. Because it's being exposed, and by doing this, myself and so many other people are helping expose it, and you too, by telling your friends and family, hey, not as all well and good in the stock market, in the bond market, in the metals market, in the crypto markets. They're rigged by your government and your banking leaders, these criminals that have controlled our lives for so long. Buy your physical. Get it out of the markets. If you don't have a local guy, go to your local guy. You can get $26 silver. Well, probably not. Probably around $30 silver. But you can still get the physical thing, because one point you will not be able to get the physical thing. And that's where you want to be. Real assets in your hand with no third-party liabilities. That's what cryptos represent, most cryptos. If you can get them into your own possession. All right. What's going on with the deliveries? You know, it's supposed to be a big July. It was until like the last 2 days. And it wasn't that they, rolled all of them over like Jeffrey Christian will tell you. They rolled some of them over to the September contract. But a bigger chunk, they just bought out. They bought back their shorts at a loss, which is very rare. I don't know the total count of how much they did, but it was a lot. So they're going to take some hits. The banksters are going to take some hits. And then they got real problems coming in August. So who knows what's going to go on. You're going to see weakness in the bank earnings report for the second quarter. Keep an eye on that. All right, so where are we? We'll probably get 36, 37 million ounce deliveries, which is interesting because that's still very painful for the banking cabal. I wanted 80. I wanted the all-time high, but they wouldn't be able to do that. They could not have done it, so they had to buy out their contracts. Settle in cash. And here's the amazing thing, that the CFTC seems not to care. JP Morgan customer, now that they put the handcuffs on JP Morgan, they're not allowed to do the dirty work. So their customers, they collude with their customers to do the dirty work. 70% of all deliveries, 70% of all deliveries of silver in this delivery month have been provided from JP Morgan's customer. Right here. 13,561 is the JP Morgan gang out of a total of 5,211. That's 68.5%. I did the math earlier. So 70% of all deliveries are coming directly from JP Morgan's customers. How is that? The Hunt brothers, the Hunt brothers only held 100 million ounces of silver. JP Morgan owns over 1 billion. But it's fine. It's legal because it's JP Morgan, because they work with the Fed to rig the markets. It is crazy. But hey, it is what it is. We'll see how it goes. As far as cryptos, yes, same thing. They're holding it down. They're rigging it. You have the good thing about it, like Theta, my favorite. I'm talking to Kelly Simshi today, Bitcoin Ben's wife, and we're going to post a Kelly's Corner where she's going to talk to me about Theta. Why I think Theta is so good. I made a little list. It's like a zillion things. And it's being given away at $6 right now. Given away. It's going into the thousands. When will it run, Bix? When will it run? I don't know, and I don't care. I buy it. I stick it in my closet. And that's it. I secure it with mini passwords. So yes, everybody, buy Theta. Buy Theta Fuel. Now, Theta Fuel right now is kicking out twice the rewards for staking that Theta is. Why? Because most people don't stake their Theta Fuel. The Mainnet 3.0 just got implemented. You can stake Theta Fuel. And it's pretty easy. You can do it on your phone. I think you need 10,000. So you should definitely stake Theta Fuel if you have it. And right now, it's kicking out twice as much Theta Fuel rewards as Theta is. But that will change as more people start staking their Theta Fuel. But right now, take advantage short term. Stake that Theta Fuel. That'll be a big, important thing. The ratio is about 17 right now. Jenny has it going down to 8. Michelle White Dove, I don't know if she gave a number. She's very, very bullish on Theta Fuel. So absolutely, you got to get where you need to be at the right time. Get where you need to be at the right time. So the other place that, really quick back on silver, the other place that they're getting this metal, because it's so hard to get, not only is JP Morgan providing 70% of what the COMEX is getting, because they're the only game left in town besides this, SLV. SLV in the last month has shed 20 million ounces. So probably the other big chunk is going to the deliveries on the COMEX. Remember, if you have 50,000 shares of SLV, you can take delivery of those. So really interesting time. I think SLV and JP Morgan are the last places to get physical silver. The last places. But we'll find out as we go forward. It's a battle. It's a marathon. It's not a sprint. If this is too much for your head, close your eyes. Don't watch it. I basically stopped watching Theta and silver prices because I know where they're going in the future. And why suffer the stomach turning ups and downs unless you're going to buy some more? Close your eyes and think, okay, where do I think silver will be in December? Where do I think Theta and Theta Fuel will be in September? If it's higher than today, you got nothing to worry about. If it's 10 times higher today, which I think Theta will be, you're happy. Just close your eyes and don't look at anything until then. It's worked so far, right? Theta, we were buying Theta at what? 10 cents? 5 cents? I bought like a tiny amount at 5 cents, as I recall. But we knew what it is. It's the future of the internet. That's a big deal. The internet cannot survive without Theta. Broadband is too crowded. It's a huge problem. Theta is the solution. And by the way, did you see it's like 64% of all Theta are staked now? So you think, well, how come the price went down? Well, there you go. How come the price did go down? Was it people selling Theta? Or was it market rigging as with every other market? It was market rigging. Of course it was. So get your Theta and get your Theta Fuel. Also join the private road at Road Ruta. Get backstage passes for all the excitement. Haven't talked to Jenny in a while. Our schedules have been conflicting. 99% of the fault was mine. We're going to try to do it on Thursday and post on Friday, but not sure with my schedule again. I got a lot of things going on, shall I say. All right, so subscribe today to the private road. I will send you one of these silver coins. The coolest coin ever made, Ruta jumping up and down on the Silver Brick Road. On the way to freedom, Cave of Gold. I think next year we're going to have the revelations of, yes, there is massive amounts of gold in the world. Yes, there are caves of gold in the Grand Canyon. That's my prediction long term, because the American people deserve to know what they own. And then, yeah, we'll go back to a gold standard. Probably not silver. It's too valuable. Cryptos will be sprinkled in there. In a true free world, that's what happens. In a manipulated, rigged world, we get Federal Reserve notes. So, anyway. That's all I got for you. This is Bix Weir, roadrunner.com. I'll talk to you later.